Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I consider it as a great privilege and an honor to witness the launching ceremony of Masters in Science program on military medicine by the College of Military Medicine in affiliation with the University of Colombo. Ladies and gentlemen, being geared to save the wounded from suffering, the military medicine holds a rich and illustrious narration throughout the pages in the history. Whether it is pitched battle or a disaster of any magnitude, the military medics have extended a highly credible service to the affected, both military and civilians, throughout the spectrum of conflict, from the first line to the depth. Therefore, the role expected to be played by the military medics is considered as an essential to support the government mechanism in countering any sort of conventional or non-traditional threat perceived. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all are aware, our medical personnel from the tri-services have already proved their capability and capacity of the services extended in treating and saving the lives of wounded combatants throughout the Elam War that lasted for almost 3 decades in our motherland. Not only in the battle, the military medical personnel are considered as the first respondents for any sort of humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations conducted locally or abroad. The utmost dedication and fearless commitment that they have displayed during the recent outbreak of coronavirus by assisting the government in the conduct of quarantine programs needs a special mention here. There was a demanding necessity for the country to provide a suitable academic background for these military medics to enable them to work in any of said conditions in which we need their assistance. Non-availability of a formal course of training to give them a professional academic background had been a greater demand for the country since many years. Therefore, I must be thankful to the College of Military Medicine for taking this giant initiative and introduce this master's program in military medicine in the country. Further, the researches that are supposed to be conducted as a part of the program, along with the statistics and epidemiology, will undoubtedly provide a fitting opportunity for a smooth transfer of military medicine in Sri Lanka to the future, being in par with the rest of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this program will undoubtedly groom our young generation of tri-services medical officers with a wide range of knowledge to combat future crucial situations.